We are excited to start this morning with one of our hosts here in Atlanta, Georgia, State Senator Jason Esteves. Representing Atlanta, Senator Esteves is serving his second term, focusing on tackling issues that impact Georgia families, especially public education, healthcare, housing, and economic opportunity. And just a couple of weeks ago, as you may have seen, he announced that he is running to be the next governor of Georgia. In reporting on his announcement, he has been noted as a steadfast supporter of abortion rights and Medicaid expansion, as well as a go-to expert in his chamber on education issues. After working as a teacher, Senator Esteves became the first Latino elected to a school board in Georgia, focused his efforts on promoting equity and improving the financial outlook of the Atlanta school system, and became chair of the board. Under his leadership, the school system attained its highest graduation rate to date, provided over $100 million in staff pay increases and stipends, and increased the district's fund balance to the highest levels while providing more money directly to school sites. So please join me in welcoming Senator Jason Esteves.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be with all of my fellow New Deal leaders. Look, welcome to Atlanta. I know you've been here for a couple days. My friends and colleagues in the room, whether it's Representative Sam Park and State Senator Elena Perrin and Scott Holcomb and others, we huddled before y'all got here to make sure that you had the best weather that we could ever offer. So you are welcome. My name is Jason Esteves, and I'm running to be Georgia's next governor. And I recently made that excitement and have been locked away in a room, in a closet, doing call time all day. So I was recently asked, how's it been? And I'm like, it's been fun. But look, it's also given me an opportunity to introduce myself to Georgians all across this state and have conversations about the challenges that we face as a state and as a country. And in fact, just recently, I was interviewed by the AJC, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and they asked me, they were like, what kind of Democrat are you? Are you a moderate? Are you progressive? Like, where do you fall? And I said, I'm a get stuff done for people Democrat. Where does that fall? Because that's what people are looking for. I'm someone who's from Columbus, Georgia, which is along the Georgia-Alabama line in southwest Georgia, raised by two parents who didn't go to college, each working 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. They taught me the value of hard work and giving back to my community. And it's those values that I took with me to the classroom where I taught middle school social studies to 150 kids. And these kids were no different than anyone in this room. They were just as smart. They had the same kinds of dreams. They were willing to work just as hard. But because of where they lived, they did not have the same kinds of opportunities. And I found that to be fundamentally wrong because I believe that everyone deserves a fair shot. So since that time in the classroom, I've worked hard, whether it's as a lawyer, whether it's as a small business owner, whether it's as a state senator, whether it's as chair of the school board here in Atlanta, to give hardworking families a fair shot. Those families don't care what kind of Democrat we are. They just want us to get stuff done. And that's part of the issue that we have moving forward. We need to talk to people about what Democrats have to offer. What's our vision for the future? And how we're going to get the job done for them and their families. I've focused my campaign on kitchen table issues, particularly around the economy, because at the end of the day, what people want is to make sure that they're safe, that their families have more opportunities than what they had, and that they can live out their American dream. And for too many, they're working harder than they've ever worked and still struggling. So it's on all of us, whether you're on the school board, city council, state legislature, or in statewide office to make sure that we're not only talking about the issues that they want to listen and hear about, but that we're actually getting stuff done.